woman who fell in love with doll welcomes baby. She and her doll husband began their relationship. It was love at first sight, she said. But her time with him would lead to something unexpected. A few days into our relationship, I found out I was pregnant, she shared. Knowing we couldn't have a kid out of wedlock, we decided to get married. Her dream of having a family was finally a reality. It all started as a joke, with her mom claiming she could find a man willing to be her boyfriend in less than a week. Of course, Layla agreed, seeing she had the worst relationship luck. But the gag would soon be over a few days later when Layla found herself pregnant with a rag doll's baby. How it unfolded will leave you smiling. Most people worldwide wish to find the love of their lives and settle down. The innate need to share the rest of their lives with people they feel the most connected with is almost universal. But the process of finding these significant others is usually easier said than done. For Layla, her journey to her perfect match would involve her carrying mom's unique gift of stitching and cracking knee-slapping jokes. Layla Hernandez was born the only daughter of seamstress Anita Hernandez in a small town near Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Growing up, she'd always been lively, taking after her mom in every way. Since she was raised by a single mom, Layla looked up to her mother for everything. She had no clue that she'd follow this trend when finding the love of her life. It is said that no matter how old you are, you'll still be a baby to your parents. Layla was 26 when she visited her mom, crying into her lap as they had one of their famous late-night talks. She shared how challenging she'd found dating to be, shared Anita, recalling her moments with her daughter. What she'd do for Layla would show how much she cared for her daughter. Anita had always made light of difficult situations as a coping mechanism. Understandably, she did the same with her daughter's predicament. I could hear the pain in her voice as she talked about her previous relationships, Anita shared. She learned that Layla had difficulty finding someone who truly loved her and knew she had to find a way to make her smile. It started as a joke, said Layla. My mom claimed she could find me a boyfriend in less than a week. She wholeheartedly agreed, seeing she was on vacation with some time to spare. But unknown to her, her mom was off to create something in her workspace that would change her life forever. It would only be a matter of time before Layla found herself in a delivery room with a child on the way. Layla's mom disappeared into her workspace for what seemed like days, only reappearing for meals, a quick shower and chat, and a nap. Layla had already forgotten about their deal when out of nowhere, the older woman came out of her workspace with a full-sized rag doll. Meet Eddie, your new boyfriend, she said with a grin, patting the doll's hair. Layla burst out laughing. If only she knew her future was standing before her. Layla and Eddie began their relationship. It was love at first sight, Layla said. But her time with Eddie would lead to something unexpected. A few days into our relationship, I found out I was pregnant, a cheery Layla shared. Knowing Eddie and I couldn't have a kid out of wedlock, we decided to get married. Her dream of having a family was finally a reality. Layla and Eddie had the best wedding one could ever wish for. The wedding was a wonderful, very important, and emotional day for me. It rained a lot, but it was wonderful. More than 250 people attended the ceremony, wishing the two lovebirds a happy life together. They had no clue that Layla and Eddie were expectant. With the wedding and honeymoon done, Layla set out to be the best wife she could be. Talking about her experience as a married woman, she said, "It's everything I could have asked for. Eddie is very good to me." She revealed that Eddie is the great and faithful husband and the envy of all women in her neighborhood. The couple prepared to welcome their first child together. Layla's due date came, and her mom, alongside a doctor and nurse, joined her in her room for 40 minutes, where they successfully delivered Javier, her son. The delivery was successful, Layla's mom reported. She'd spent 2 days sewing Javier together for her daughter, seeing how happy she was with her new life. This would only be the beginning of their lives as a family. Layla's vacation days were finally coming to an end. She packed everything and got ready to return to the city where she worked. But since she was a mom and a wife, she found it difficult to leave everything behind. Could she walk away after having the happiest 2 weeks of her life with her mom, son, and husband? Reality was calling to Layla. As much as she hated it, she knew she needed to answer its call. With everything packed, she helped Eddie and Javier into their car and headed back to the city. By now, her story had spread all over her place, making her a micro-celebrity. Most people came to see the woman who'd married and had a child with a rag doll. While others were baffled by her decision, others left her utterly speechless with their responses. Several of the people who've approached me about my decision have admitted that the dating game is the most difficult it's ever been, the mother of one shared. It's not guaranteed that everything will work out even if you find the one. Divorce rates are the highest they've ever been, and breakups are being handed out left, right, and center. I am happy to have found someone who, although very lazy, will never leave me, Layla said.